With Joe Biden running out of steam, Bernie Sanders' campaign on hold because of his recent heart troubles, and many concerned that Elizabeth Warren, the new presumptive frontrunner, doesn't have what it takes to beat President Trump in 2020, the Democrats have found themselves in quite a conundrum. There's even talk of an anybody but Warren movement because many in the party are concerned that she's simply too far left, and if she's the nominee, she'll ensure Donald Trump's re-election. There's now a lot of talk that a new candidate will throw their hat in the ring, and even speculation that, God forbid, Hillary Clinton may run again. Predictit.org, which is a website that allows people to literally gamble on political events, has Hillary Clinton ranked in third place on their list of who will likely get the Democrat nomination. Adding fuel to the fire is the fact that political strategist Steve Bannon recently speculated that Hillary Clinton may jump back in the race.
What they want to do is nullify the election. They think they have a weak field, and they're prepared, it's like in chess, they're prepared to sacrifice a rook to take down a king.
Sure. Well, Joe Biden's gone.
They will throw Biden away,
yep.
Right? They'll throw Biden away to get to Trump and hope Elizabeth Warren, or I even think Hillary Clinton or Bloomberg or some centrist comes in here and takes. Oh, I think
Hillary Clinton might be back.
Commenting on the craziness and baiting her yesterday, President Trump tweeted out that he thinks that she should. She then did what you should never do when someone's trolling you. She replied, saying, "Don't tempt me." Then, in an interview on the PBS NewsHour, she went on to say this.
Yeah, you know, it truly is remarkable how obsessed he remains with me. But this latest tweet is, so typical of him. So maybe there does need to be a rematch. I mean, obviously, I can beat him again. But, just...
Earth to Hillary, you didn't beat him. You lost the 2016 election, just like you lost your party's nomination to Barack Obama back in 2008, because you're a loser. Please do, Hillary, for two reasons. First, it'll be great to watch Elizabeth Warren and Joe Biden tell the world what they really think of you. And second, it'll be great to watch Donald Trump beat you again. Another possible contender that's been floating around is fellow billionaire and television star Mark Cuban, who was asked back in May which one of the Democrats he thinks could beat President Trump.
Who do you think on the Democratic side right now has the best chance against President Trump?
Nobody right now. I think what people are missing is, if you look at why people voted for Donald Trump, in my opinion, it was because first and foremost, it was because he wasn't a politician. And look, if you look at the Democratic field, it's all politicians. And politicians are the least trusted of every profession. And so, it's too early to tell. There's nobody that really stands out, even though Biden's leading the polls. I like, Vice President Biden. I think he's smart. I think he could do a decent job, but I think it's still way too early to tell. And, I think there's a lot of change yet to come.
Later in that interview, he said that he wouldn't rule out running himself, but recently said that his family, quote, voted it down and didn't want him to do it. My family voted it down. If you can change their mind, I'm all in, he told Neil Cavuto on the Fox Business Network. Mark Cuban may actually be the only formidable opponent that could give President Trump a run for his money, no pun intended. Fellow New York billionaire and former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg has also been rumored to possibly jump in the race, but he's as old as Bernie Sanders and has said that he's not going to run, although so did Bozo O'Rourke, so who really knows? Those scenarios aside, they know that if Joe Biden or Elizabeth Warren becomes their nominee, that they have little hope of winning next year, so they're dreaming about impeaching President Trump and Vice President Pence and making Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, the new president.
And I think in this case, we have very clear facts. There is, and Liz and I talked about this before the show, you could impeach Pence first. The problem is that Donald Trump then has to name his replacement. But I think that maybe a deal could be struck where he was told, if you don't make a replacement, then Nancy Pelosi does become president. And so you are going to be impeached and convicted. You need to make this replacement so that the proper party remains in power.
Sorry, lady, but Nancy Pelosi is never going to become the president. But the House of Representatives is heating up their inquiry, and they may vote to impeach, but fear not, because the Senate certainly will not vote to remove him from office. Science tells us that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And if the House votes to impeach, we must respond by being even more vocal and visible in our support for the president. So I'm releasing my new special edition Trump 2020 gold foil shirt, which is available only through this Sunday because it uses a special gold foil reflective paint, and I need to know how many orders I get in so I know how many to print up. So get your orders in now at markdice.com or click the link in the description below. And these photos don't even do it any justice. It looks so much better when you see it in person. And like all of my designs, it's available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.